Well, it's been a couple weeks since I've been able to get in and pull trail camera cards. Last weekend we were just too busy. We had such a busy weekend. Jason was kind enough to take corn out and fill the feeder and throw some corn out while he was out checking traps. Last weekend though, and all the craziness, I was able to enter my dad's deer in the Minnesota Deer Classic. I took it up there and entered it for him, and it did end up getting #1 in the typical muzzleloader class. So that was definitely really cool. To have that happen. I think attendance was a little bit down at the show because of the weather, but his buck still took first in the class, so that was awesome. We've had some really crazy weather this past week. It warmed up above freezing and it rained for 3 days. So now the snow is thick and wet. It's melting. There's water everywhere. It's flooding. Then last night it cooled down and it kind of froze and crisped up. So I don't really know what kind of conditions we're going to get into when we get back there, but I guess we'll find out when we get back there. Jason's on his way over with the wheeler now with the tracks on it, and because I'm assuming it's still going to be too much snow to get in there any other way. So, but we're gonna load up, head back in there. I'm going to change trail camera cards, so it'll be 2 weeks on these cards. Not super interested in card pulls right now because everything is shed. So I'm kind of just doing it to see how the deer are doing and how they're moving, and they still getting out and eating. Also watch and see what's going on with the pheasants and turkeys and coyote and fox and stuff like that too. So we'll see what we end up with, and then we'll see. I'm gonna swap out a few cameras. I had a new one that I was testing out. I want to see how that one and stuff did. So when Jason gets here, we'll get packed up and we'll head out there and see what we got. Kind of a wet mess out here. The water's running. I'm just going to pull some of these cameras out of here. There was a couple of spots up there in the food plot where they started digging down to it. I'm curious to see as the snow melts down and they can get to it again, if they'll start opening it up. But I don't know, we'll see. We're gonna run over the other side and mess with those cameras. Yeah, I'll do this. Snow a little deep here. Yeah, I'll do these cards here quick. Well, we've got some pretty heavy movement back over here crossing. This crossing had shut down earlier. Now that we've been throwing some corn out over here, they're hitting it again, coming over here. The interesting thing is that right there, that goes into the local brush dump. And I got a camera on it. And it's amazing how many pictures we have of deer. You can see it's right down to dirt going into the brush dump. They must be going in, must be Christmas trees or something out of town here that's been getting thrown in there. The deer are in there after it, so kind of interesting. All right, we're out of here. Change that card. See the deer. Not much happening out here. Now we're going to shut her down. Well, like usual, they're crossing into the cemetery here pretty hard. This has always been a real heavy throughway. Well, nothing too major going on out there. Everything looked pretty decent. It was wet, of course, still a lot of snow, but there's plenty of deer movement. Tons of trails, tons of turkey movement on the trail cameras. I got thousands of turkey pictures. They looked decent. The deer looked healthy that I had on trail camera. Still seemed like pretty good numbers of them coming through. Obviously they weren't fat and porked out, but you know, they didn't look too super skinny or sickly at all. So I don't know if we lost any. Obviously the dead ones aren't walking in front of the trail camera, so it's hard to know if anything died, but you know, at least they're moving and they're healthy, which is good. None of the plots are really being used, which has been the case for a while now with all this snow. I'm going to kind of keep watching it to see as the snow goes down if they're able to dig it up and start using it again. But we've been putting corn out and keeping the feeder going, and so they seem to be the deer seem to be all right. So otherwise nothing too exciting. To get a picture of a couple of pheasants. We've been trying to establish a pheasant population back in there again, and so it was nice to see still a couple pheasants alive this late into this really harsh winter. So that's good. Otherwise turkeys and deer seem to be doing good. Otherwise I'm going to do a few trail camera videos coming up here. Haven't really exactly figured out what I'm going to do. I'm going to review one, just to actually do a review on a camera, and then I'm thinking about maybe doing a showdown with some other ones and stuff, just for fun, something to try. So anyways, really got nothing else. I'll throw some pictures up here at the end, just to kind of show you what's going on.